Well, January has arrived, the league split has come in Wales for season 4, and a couple of big signings have come into the club. You've met one of them already, but there's another who may add quality and crucial components to our overall squad. It's going to be a period of change over the next couple of transfer windows, but for now, with second all but secured, our focus turns to the Welsh Cup again. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 38 of this FM26 Build a Nation story, a real rebuild with me, Daniel. Today we begin the post-split league fixtures with another classic rivalry against our old nemesis Mold Alex, before the big one today against Colwyn Bay in the Welsh Cup, where we've got a real opportunity to try and win a trophy. Now, while the league isn't accessible and TNS keep running away with it, it is important that we start to build a winning team, and having won our first trophy in the Welsh Cup last year, yes, it's not as important this time, but if we do win it, it means the extra place goes to the league and we're more likely to get a stronger team in Europe with us and TNS. So if you're looking forward to finding out if we can and seeing our progress, then please do put a thumbs up on it. There's a couple of new signings to me and a clue as to where that position may be, because there is a player who we've accepted some offers for on this screen. Let's have a look, though, at the Welsh Cup first, because with the quarter-final coming up, it's important to note that TNS are out. And arguably, the two best remaining sides are us and Colwyn Bay, albeit Cardiff Met Uni and Britain Ferry may have something to say about that. But the Carnarvon Lido game, of course, we beat Carnarvon in last year's final. And then two pretty poor sides, Treffelin and, I don't even know who that is, Bagland Dragons in the other away ties. You would expect it, to be honest, to be Britain Ferry, Cardiff Met Uni, Carnarvon, and the winner of our tie. Definitely the hardest one out of the four. So hopefully we'll be able to progress in that, albeit we've not been convincing in recent weeks. Having said that, since our new January signing has come in up front, he's not actually scored, but he has made us look a little better. There are some problems with it though. Let's start with the recruitment itself, because in addition to the one boy that we bought in that you'd seen, there have been some other additions too. Weirdly though, TNS doing nothing at the moment. It's the other clubs in behind that have been more aggressive. And considering TNS have brought in so much money from Europe this year, it's a little bit weird that they haven't. They did lose their last two games against Dundee United and Werder Bremen. So out of the group stages in the Conference League this year, if I go back and show you the league table, they finished well down. But they got one win. They added to the coefficient. They're continuing to do well for the nation. So good on them. That's all I can say. Hopefully in the next sort of 2 to 3 years, we can maybe think about joining them at that level, especially if they keep pushing the coefficient up and getting us into a later qualifying round. But let's go and have a look at our recruitment and transfer history, because we have had two players coming in January, one you knew about and one who you didn't. And it signals a very important moment, because I believe it is our first permanent signing from within the nation. Let me just double check that fact. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. It is the first player we have permanently signed from another club in the nation. There's a good reason for it, or 3 or 4 in fact, we'll talk about in a moment. But firstly, Bradley Maggio is the man we were all waiting for. Got an assist for the winner on his debut. He is a very good player, but there are problems that come with him. He wants to leave Metz at the end of his contract in 6 months. I thought that was a dream scenario. Problem? He has no interest in discussing terms with us, so maybe we have to hope that he doesn't get any interest, he gets released, and then maybe changes his mind after a happy 6 months. I'm trying to chat to him, I'm trying to tell him how happy I am. Hopefully, he'll feel very good about me by the end of June, and he'll be happy to come and join his favoured personnel. That's the plan, that's what I'm working towards. So Bradley Maggio is in and doing okay, but also in is Jake Turner. Now, this is an interesting signing on a number of fronts, because I've told you very clearly, I don't want to sign players from within the nation. However, in this instance, I didn't feel I had a choice, because there were 3 or 4 League 2 and National League clubs sniffing around. Obviously, Cardiff Met are an amateur club, so he would have been poached from there. And he's also very important in the sense that he qualifies as an under-19 for the rest of this season. So as someone who can come on and give Michael Stanley half an hour's rest every game, he could be pretty integral both for this season and for the future. Now, one of the things I have noticed since the update, and this is the first transfer window I've had since it, is that wage demands generally seem to be lower. So I'm going to keep an eye on that because it's a bit of a concern. It's not just Jake Turner, it's players that I've tried to sign from England who have ultimately rejected us for other clubs in the end. but their demands are lower than before. For Jake Turner, though, £80 a week on a 2.5-year deal. He's a massive upgrade on Baldwin. He's nearly as good, if not as good as Stanley already. He's better physically. He's resolute. He's got great determination. Defensively, he's not bad. Maybe not as good going forward, putting the cross in as Stanley, but definitely a good player for the future. Already played 20 games at this level this year. And if we're going into Europe next season, we'll be able to give people like him game time. It's just a shame he joined a day after his 19th birthday. So I don't think he becomes homegrown at the club, which is a real disappointment to me. But as it is, Jake Turner is in. I know he joined before, 2 days before. So he will become homegrown at the club. What a benefit that is. So Jake Turner, the other player in. We saved someone from leaving the nation. We tried to do it with Charlie Ibram last year. This time we got in quick enough and were successful. Now, there are no players out just yet, but one of those listed there has come back and become a hero because Jack Scott was not getting any football at Taftswell. He's come back because they lied about his playing time, and he's had a very surprising impact, despite not being very good. We'll take a look at that in a moment. In terms of the players that may be leaving, though, as you probably could have worked out, Daniel Baldwin is the one we've offered out for loan. It is a player who's on the same wage, so we'll get back the money we're losing. I kind of hope he goes to Port Stewart. No Welsh clubs wanted him. I tried to offer him out as a transfer as well. But if Port Stewart can get him as a regular starter this year in Northern Ireland, a nation we've built before, then it will be good for him for the future. But the others probably offer us a bit more of a wage benefit. We'll wait and see where he goes. Director of Football has made another offer. He's going for a lot of higher level loan players at the moment, which is intriguing in a way. We're starting to go for those loans that TNS were getting in the early seasons. So I'm not going to stop him. And if any of them are good enough, we'll bring them into the football club as we have with Majo. Let's go and have a look at the results though, because we've had two off camera and one of them, well, we mentioned Jack Scott. The unlikely hero against Cambrian United. On his debut, Bradley Majo set it up and Jack Scott scored actually a very good goal to give us a 1-0 win away from home there. And then in the last game, it's been a while in coming, but we finally got a really comfortable victory. Yes, at home to a side that are, 9th in the league, not very good, but it was a really big win. 4 goals to 1. Kieran Evans with 2. Noah Daly and another youngster in Joe Ball getting a goal too. Some of those youth academy players really starting to develop. Despite that though, we are seeing the end for some, and to be honest, we probably now won't see Scott and Ball for the rest of the season in the first team because we've signed Jake Turner. We've got another under 19. But with Fisher and Bolton injured, there are a few players getting a chance. And against Mold Alex and Colwyn Bay, now mercifully with the games 1, 2, 3 and even 4 weeks apart due to the league split and the fact that the scheduling is not save game compatible, the update from the latest patch, we're going to have to make do. And against these two, hopefully with the added rest, we can now start to show our best quality. As you've seen from the league table, look, we're 7 points off TNS. They've won the league. We're now 9 points ahead of a faltering Cardiff Met Uni. They're in a battle for third with Britain Ferry and Mold Alex. So we're sort of marooned in second. We're not going to go up or down anywhere. We can't keep up with the goal output of TNS. We can't keep up with the defensive output of the likes of Mold Alex and Cardiff Met. So we've just got to try and plod along and try and win the cup because that's an opportunity for us to build a dynasty here. Let's go and review the team selection as we head into this one. There's probably not many surprises in the team. I'm trying to focus on our owned players when it comes to the under-19s now. So Hollett is starting instead of Dakin, who, to be honest, hasn't had the best of spells. Him and Brennan have both struggled a bit. Not even sure which way round they're best, but we're going to persist with it for now. Hollett seems to be a little bit better on the ball and a little bit more physical in a long term. Zach Brennan's finishing his 1, but then his passing range is better, so who knows. But we're going to stick with it that way. Russon Hindley drops out because he is only a lone player, and since that brilliant display you saw in the last episode, it's actually been really poor. He's failed to put consistent performances together. Baldwin's moving out. We've got Jake Turner on the bench, will probably make his debut today. And due to a couple of injuries, Kian Lafondra is back on the bench, as is Richard Farkey, who will get some football for the rest of this season. Mikey O'Neill still doesn't make it. Dan Creaney is dropped to a reserve now. And this is the 11 that we're going for in full. It is Harrison Chamberlain in goal. Definitely going to be the star of the future. He's improving no end at the minute. Even his positioning into double figures now. We've got Stanley, Edwards, Minturn and Harris, the back four. Harris establishing himself at left back now. May well make him a senior addition in the summer if I can't get a better player in. Brennan and Hollett, the midfield two. Jerome Richards on the right with Evans in the middle. Then Noah Daly. He's in form. He's playing well. He deserves the football. He starts on the left with Majo up front. Still searching for his first goal, but he's got an assist. And he's definitely contributed to better team performances, even if his individual ones haven't been great. Mold Alex away, though, is normally where we struggle the most. I think this one's away from home, isn't it? So let's go and get into the first game today and see how we cope with our old foe. Well, Bradley Maggio is approaching match sharpness, so I'm hoping that we're going to see the best of him when he does so. Also, some changes for Mold Alex away from home here. They've brought Astles back in, Landers there, the skipper, Giver. It's basically their first 11. Wilkins and Jeffers dropping out. And the fact that they were their stars in the first 2 years and now can't get in their 11 probably tells you how strong they are. Let's see how we go. It's a cold, windy, rainy winter's day in Wales. We want the boys to pick up where they left off. We could secure Europa Conference League football because remember, 4 places in Europe next year thanks to the work of TNS. So someone's going to benefit from us and hopefully it's going to be us in second and then maybe whoever wins the cup. This is a test for our change in tactic, isn't it? Because since we've adapted, we've not come up away from home against a strong side playing this 4-2-4. It's what we struggled with in the early weeks of the season. Let's see if we cope with it better today, as we also try and have a look for the TNS score. They're winning away at Colwyn Bay already. We're just over 10 minutes on the clock and it's Mold Alex in possession and moving forward, but they give it away this time and Brennan can play out to Evans. And here's your first glimpse at Bradley Maggio, who gets it wide to Daly. Didn't realise in real life, he's the second of 2 twins that have gone to Met. So maybe if we can try and tempt Maggio in, we might be able to get his brother as well. So it's into the box and Jerome Richards is poaching. Both him and Maggio were attacking it. Oh, it's a really nice goal that. We play it into wide areas. It's a good cross in. It's lovely football on the counter. Daly and Harris combining down the left, starting to become a bit of a partnership. And this is a really good cross, actually. Not just cutting in and trying to shoot. Both strikers and wingers are in there. And it's a lovely finish from Richards, who, to be honest, has become the star this year. And for all the worries about Petrie leaving and the fact that he's gone to a smaller club in the end, it's been a really good season for Richards, who stayed fit, who stayed in form, and has become a bit of a star for the club. If we can get someone as good on the left-hand side, might be in business next season. As Kibriat, the goalkeeper, playing out for Mold Alex, you can see, trying to carry the ball out, but goes more direct than we used to with them. And Hollett gets it from the Edwards header. Back to Zach Brennan. Been a really confident start from us here. Out to Stanley on the right, who may play better now. He's got genuine competition. It's a good ball into Noah Daly. It's a brilliant save by the goalkeeper onto the woodwork. Minturn commits the foul. I'm fine with that. But what a 20 minutes this has been. We saw some glimpses in the last game, and I'm trying not to get too excited because we've been so inconsistent this year. But the last game was the first time I saw genuine dominance for a long time. And while we haven't had much of the ball here against Mold Alex, on a counter, we're looking back to our best again. As we're 15 minutes to the break, I may live to regret those words because here comes Lander and it's a great challenge from Harris. Had to time it right in the penalty area and did. As Noah Daly plays up towards Richards, who loses out in the air. Now we're under pressure because they've got 4 left up front. And it is basically 4-on-4 defensively because our defensive mids aren't good enough. As Minturn, oh my word, done in behind. And the shot goes comfortably wide. We still look susceptible to those little reverse passes, don't we? We're 10 to the break, we're leading. The positive start has dwindled. We've now got a set piece and we know we're strong from these as Kieran Evans will look for the cross. Doesn't quite reach the back post that we're aiming for, but Richards able to get there. He plays it to Evans again. Back to Richards. Evans to Hollett. Goes for the shot just wide. Would really like to see him develop because he's had a stuttering start this season. The under-19 rules haven't helped him. But now he can just play the league games for the rest of the year and hopefully show what he's worth. It's half-time at Mold Alex, and to be honest, we're starting to get the better of them in our last 2 outings. I know I'm saying that very early. Let's tell the boys they're capable of more. No reaction from Maggio. I'm trying not to judge him yet because he's still not match sharp. I know he'll struggle to get that here with us playing once every 2 weeks. I'm hoping we might see the best of him. Maybe if he's poor enough that we can sign him next year, that would even be a blessing in disguise. Let's keep the boys motivated and happy and see how the second half starts as Brighton Ferry beating Cardiff Met Uni. What a year from them. They were in a relegation playoff last season and they're absolutely flying. And with 5 gone in a second, we're in pretty good nick too. Well, just over an hour on the clock. It started to go a little bit quiet here. TNS have gone 3 up at Colwyn Bay. And to be honest, I think we're going to look at a couple of changes now because Noah Daly, despite his assist, is starting to struggle physically. So we're going to bring on Russ and Hindley for him on the left. He's anxious, but we'll be all right. Brennan's not had the best of games, so we'll switch Hollett and bring Dakin on there. I want to give Jake Turner his debut for Stanley. That's an important one for me. And then I might take Edwards off later, but Farke's the only sub, and that's a bit worrying at the moment. I have got Alexandra, who hasn't played in ages, so if we can give Richards sort of 10 or 15 minutes rest at the end, that would be nice too. But I'm not going to rush it for now. We're doing well. It's not been much in the game, but against Mold Alex, we normally give up so many chances. And the last 2 times we've played them, we've restricted them pretty well. And I think that's what this tactic is better for, controlling against the opposition. Maggio's struggling a little bit. I'm actually going to take him off to avoid a silly yellow or red card here. He's going to be replaced by Creaney. And then Lafondra is going to come on for Richards. Bit worried about Maggio so far. Might just be match sharpness. But we're 1-0 up. We're playing really well. And there's nothing going on our goal, which at the moment is a really good sign. Let's see if we can hold on the last 5 or so. Well, into 3 minutes of stoppage time. I tell you what, turning into an interesting table. Britain Ferry now level with Cardiff Met Uni. Mold Alex secured in 5th. And we win 1-0 with a really good away performance. I'm thrilled with that. Didn't create a bundle, but away clean sheets have been hard to come by this year. We're just starting to see the turning of the tide, I think. I say that, we'll go and lose in the Welsh Cup next week. But a really good performance, happy with most of the players, and we're building fitness up again. Jake Turner gets his debut, which is great. So many good signs, to be honest. Jerome Richards, star of the season. Edwards struggling and can do with a rest. Well, you're going to get a week off now, aren't you? And then we can give people training rest too, because we're going to have weeks off. Harrison Chamberlain, the best trainer every week. I'm getting bored of praising him, quite frankly. And even Calder, interestingly, training better since he's been dropped. It'll be interesting to see if that maintains. Let's get ahead to next week, the biggest game of this episode. We are facing Colwyn Bay in the Welsh Cup quarter-final. And I'm on a trophy hunt again. While we can't win the big one, I want to keep trying to win the cup. Well, here we are for the Welsh Cup quarter-final. I've already seen Britain Ferry have lost at home in the first shock, but we've got to try and make this work. It's an opportunity if we get through this tie. We are going to have to make some adjustments to the squad, though, because Farke's had a knock in the week. Jake Turner is cup-tied, having played for Colwyn Bay, Cardiff Met Uni already in this competition. So we're just going to have to adjust the bench and the squad a little bit. We'll be back in a minute once we've done so. Well, it's a very attack-heavy lineup, which I don't have much choice in, and we've stuck with largely the same 11, albeit I'm actually going to bring Calder in for Harris this time, just to give him a run out because he's training well. I've also bought Rustin Hindley on the left of midfield. He replaces Noah Daly, who's struggled a little bit with physicality in the last couple of games. Due to the other injuries to wingers, he's played a lot of football this year. Bradley Maggio continues to build his fitness. The rest of the team stays the same. So same keeper, 3 of the back 4, holding midfielders, and the other 2 wingers and striker. It is only the left-hand side that has changed, and the bench where we've added experience, the likes of O'Neill, Evans, and players that you're used to seeing. Noah Daly drops down to it too. So a very experienced substitute bench. No under-19 rules for the cup. Let's go and get straight into the quarter-final and see how we do against Colwyn Bay. Well, 6 changes for them as they go back to, well, definitely stronger players in some position. Loads is their first choice keeper. Kwam and Meneyese are their first choice centre-halves. Middlemass in midfield and Bomber up front, who scored against us last time, gave us real trouble. Look, this is a good team. It's going to be difficult to win it. But we're doing well. We're on a good run. We're starting to build that momentum back up again. The only thing I need is Maggio fully fit and scoring. And then I think we're in a really good position. But we've already seen plenty of shocks in the Welsh Cup this season. And we've struggled our way through so far. So let's see what today brings. Looks a pretty good crowd actually at Colwyn Bay as we're into the first 10 seconds. Let's hope it doesn't become a long highlight. Or does it? Because they're flying down the right. Thankfully, it leads to nothing. 4-3-3 for the hosts. Something I'm looking at playing in the future because number 10 is a problem position for us at the minute. And on that subject, Kieran Evans may have suffered a twisted knee. Not showing an injury though, and it's not showing a decline in condition too much. So we'll keep an eye on it for now. We have got O'Neill on the bench this time. I'm not going to make the change unless we need to. You can see the scores on the right there. Treflin 3-1 at Britain Ferry. So the draw's opening up if we can get through. Hopefully we can do so. Quite a 20 minutes so far, but Colwyn Bay offering nothing. We're half an hour on the clock and we return with Harrison Chamberlain in possession. I still don't think Colwyn Bay have had a shot on goal yet, as Edwards plays out from the backs. Looking forward to that rest after today, I think. We've got 2 weeks off after this fixture. It's up to Richards on the right and he plays to Brennan. Richards again looks for Stanley. Marauding down that right-hand side and he's hacked down. That's going to be a red. It's about to be 11 v 10. Red card for Marina, really stupid two-footed lunge. And with the latest FM update, the red card curse is back, flying into those challenges. We're being told to go more positive now. I think we're going to do it because I don't just want to sit back on this and end up 0-0. We've often made the mistake of going too attacking, so maybe just trying to control the game will help. But still, I think when you're not playing on the counter this year, it is genuinely a bit of a struggle. They've kept 2 up front, so maybe we're a little bit wrong to do that. Although Richards nicks it back on the right-hand side, can take on his man. Maggio's up in the box. You can see on the left, Russ and Hinney's trying to arrive, as is Hollett. It's a good ball in. Maggio at the back, stick off the bar. So unlucky. Richards gets there on the edge of the box. Back to Stanley. In again, it's overhit. Hollett will keep it in on the left. He did so well to get to that. It's back in again. Doesn't lead to anything. Great opportunity. Good football. And it stays 0-0 at the break. We're dominant. We've got the man advantage now. Going to say you're doing well so far. Make sure you get the result you deserve. We've got everyone on board. And we've got to look at that Evans injury soon. But we're playing some great football. We're dominating the match again. It's just where the goals come from. That has been the problem, to consistently score 2s and 3s. And I guess having 2 strikers that aren't in form, probably not going to help our case here. Might even go 2 up front a bit later if we're still dominant. I don't want to go silly for now. It has been a weird thing in the Cup. We've had a lot of draws, a lot of penalty victories over the seasons. Just don't seem to be able to dominate them. And again, we're really struggling a little bit here. So with 65 gone, going to make the first changes. Hollett's going to come off and he's going to be replaced by Dakin. We've got Noah Daly who's going to come on for... No, he's not. He's not. It's Mikey O'Neill for Kieran Evans. I might do the Russ and Hinney one as well because he's not been brilliant. And then maybe give Creaney a run out soon because Maggio's looking nervous again. I don't know. Can we have a little chat with him if we just pause it quickly? Can we have a little bit of encouragement to him? Because he's really struggled to get going here without that intensity. With 20 gone, we've not actually had a shot in the second half, despite the fact we're going positive. Do I go more attacking or do I just drop to balance? Because it seems like whenever you go more aggressive in this game and you don't play on the counter, you do really struggle to create chances. I'm going to give it 5 more, but then I'm going to have to bring Creaney on. Because this is getting silly now. Dan Creaney will come on up front. He will replace Maggio. And then on the left-hand side, Calder is going to be replaced by Harris. Just cannot get consistent in front of goal since this update. I'm really struggling with it. We're aggressive again, but we're creating next to nothing. We're playing against 10 men here, and we've not seen a highlight the whole half. It's really unusual, and I don't know what more I can do other than completely abandon any sort of defensive tactic and put us in big trouble. We're going to go to extra time. Cannot work it out as we've got a throw on the left with Harris. This should be the end. Plays the 1-2, crosses in. Is it a last second winner? No, it's not. Set it away. Stanley can't make it. And there we go. Oh, straight to penalties as well. Really frustrating. I don't know what to put it down to, but we have struggled so much to be consistent in front of goal. Let's get rid of all of these for now and see who we can add. So Archie Harris, the third best taker. Then Jerome Richards. Then Dakin, who scored a few. Stanley. Harrison Chamberlain is one of our best penalty takers. It really is a storm outside now. So again, apologies if you can hear it. Do I even put him up above Dakin? Probably not. We'll get Mikey O'Neill. We'll get Zach Brennan, Noah Daly, and then Frankie Edwards. And we'll just hope that we can get through on penalties. But it really is becoming a concern in the Cups as Creaney steps up. Not played much recently. And it shows. 2 woefully out of form strikers, and it's going to cost us in the Cup. Maggio missed one in the game. Creaney misses one from the spot. And against 10 men, we're going to go out. I'm really, really frustrated by this, but it's just been the story of the season. Miller steps up for the host, and he puts the keeper the wrong way. Rhyl 1879 behind, and there aren't many missed penalties this year, so that one could be crucial already. Let's see what happens with the second. Loads the skipper in goal. Probably the best player for each team between the sticks. Who's second for us? It's Minturn. Now, he's not actually taken a penalty for us, despite having one of the better ratings. It's over now. It's definitely over now. 11 men v 10. Can't create chances. And then we miss it. Just as I thought it was turning. We were looking a threat against Mold Alex. We were brilliant against Haverfordwest. And then it's back to square one again. Maggio's come in and can't hit a barn door. I think across all of my saves, I've not been able to get a striker in form since the update. And I can't really work it out because I play different styles of forwards in all of them. different styles of play, different formations. It's just not happening. And Maggio should be the best player in this league by a way, but just not working out. Creaney scored 30 last season, can't even score a penalty now. As Harris steps up, can we at least score one in a shootout? Yes, we can. Archie Harris puts it in. But we're going out of the Welsh Cup. And it's going to be a second place season with no trophy, which at this stage almost is disappointing. But I've got to find a way before the summer to get strikers scoring. Because if not, this is going to be a really hard save for the next couple of years. Here steps up the centre-half, puts it into the corner. And with 3 penalties each taken, we're now left with no room for error. And that is a difficult position to be in, because there's no way Chamberlain is saving both, and we're scoring both. Jerome Richards steps up. I trust him, to be honest, but stranger things have happened today. Jerome Richards steps up into the corner. Now, Harrison Chamberlain, you've been the best trainer at the club and the best player at the club all season. What are you going to do to save us now? Because you've got to stop 2 penalties going in a row. Matos is up first for Colwyn Bay. And this is going to be a really difficult moment. Left-footed. If he scores, they win. And he does score. Matos puts Colwyn Bay through. The Storm, at the same time, just to continue our woe. It's loud. Apologies if you can hear it. But all I can hear is the boos of the Rhyl fans. An hour against 10 men. Dominated the game. But again, cannot score goals. Can someone help me? Since the update, I cannot get strikers scoring. We can still score goals overall, but I cannot get centre-forward scoring no matter what I do. Any tactic, any formation, any style, any role, just cannot get it consistent. Let me know if you've had success and how. But as we address the team, we are not going to defend our Welsh Cup crown. I'm not proud of that effort. It was crap. Bradley Maggio, I don't know what's happening. The disappointment is real. But I don't think it's his fault. And now I'm starting to think it's not Creaney's fault. I'm starting to think that just the update has made strikers less efficient. We've seen it in the Bedford save on Twitch since. We're certainly seeing it elsewhere as well. Problematic, to say the least. Let's go and have a look at the schedule. Obviously, lots of players unfit and struggling. I think we'll probably just do one more from this season. We'll finish the season tomorrow at the end of the week. Our last 2 games, a chance for revenge against Colwyn Bay and then TNS at home. We'll probably be giving them a guard of honour. They stay 7 points clear. They're dominant in the league. They're doing brilliantly. And again, we are left to play second fiddle, but this time without a second trophy in the save. So if you did enjoy this one, a good win at Mold Alex, but then just heartbreak in the cup. I cannot get the consistent goals. I mean, look at the recent form. None against Colwyn Bay, 1 Mold Alex, 1 Cambrian United, 1 Cardiff Met, 1 Colwyn Bay, 1-0, 1-0, 0-0, 1-0. That seemed to be the story at the minute from a side that for the last 2 years has just scored goals galore. Let me know what you would do to change things if you want to stay up to date and find out if we can maybe improve and get a little bit closer to TNS next year. And please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll finish the season tomorrow before a season review on Monday and a transfer special in European qualifiers starting again early next week. In addition to that, you can find links to the Burton Albion Academy Challenge up in the eye above. We'll have our first season academy review with our youth intake on Sunday evening. Another special to come on Saturday, regular live streams on Twitch, but a disappointing end to what has been, to be honest, a really frustrating season here. We've got 4 games to go. We need to wrap up second, and next time, hopefully against TNS, we can maybe show a glimpse into the future. I'll see you there to find out if we can. But for now, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again tomorrow.